was a disappointment to guests gathered in London to mark the event. World heavyweight boxing champion Mike Tyson is reported to have sacked his trainer Kevin Rooney. Tyson was upset by comments Rooney made about the champion's estranged wife Robin Givens and his mother-in-law Ruth Roper. Rooney had made nearly $5 million as Tyson's trainer. That's it, we're back at 5 with the morning news. The Armenian earthquake. British relief supplies are on their way as Soviets begin a day of mourning. Good morning. It's 5 o'clock on Saturday, the 10th of December. More on the earthquake disaster in a moment. Also in the next hour, the French astronaut who's become the first person from Western Europe to walk in space, a report on the world news. And from American television, a report on the small boy who's taking on the business world with his computer. The first British relief supplies for victims of the Armenia earthquake disaster have flown from Britain early today. The British Red Cross flight to the Soviet Union left Gatwick Airport just after 2:30 this morning, carrying 37 tons of food and medical equipment. The supplies include high-protein food and blood plasma. Later today, an aircraft will fly from Stansted loaded with heavy lifting equipment. Meanwhile, a national day of mourning has begun in the Soviet Union for the victims of the earthquake, amid reports that the death toll has reached 200,000.
The first aerial shots of the disaster area have revealed the full extent of the tragedy. Hardly a building remains standing in Spitak, hardly a resident left alive. Heavy lifting gear is in short supply. This man says his brother lies buried in the rubble beneath his feet. The thousands injured are filling the main hospital in Armenia's capital, Yerevan. Today is a national day of mourning in the Soviet Union. Some Armenians resident here have received graphic accounts of the situation from contacts at the scene.
He told me also that there were a lot of shouts and screams under the rebels, but unfortunately, says people couldn't do anything because they were lacking heavy cranes, bulldozers, and people were using simply their hands. There's no water. They were flying water in helicopters from Yerevan, mineral water in bottles. The cold was coming.